Once again, welcome to Hitesh classes. Today, we are going to do the sixth poem of 12th CBSE, Aunt Jenifer's Tigers. This is a beautiful poem and it shows the oppression of a woman by the male dominated society. She is oppressed by the male counterpart, and it is even happening in 21st century as well. So whatever the description has been made here, it is quite awesome and awareing us regarding all those social issues which were there at that time and at this moment also. So first of all, we are knowing about the poet. Aunt Jenifer's Tigers is written by Adrienne Cecily Rich in 1929 to 2012. She is an American poet, essayist, and feminist. One of the most widely read and influenced poets of the second half of the 20th century. She talks about a woman's experiences in her married life. She has tried to explore the inner feelings of a woman who is living under the dominance of men. Absolutely right. And the poet expresses the inner feelings of a woman, and Jenifer. The ant is embroidering a motif comprising of energetic, fearless tigers moving freely around the bright greenery. She is living a life of submissiveness to her husband's command. Her acts are dominated by him and she fears him constantly. This pattern of the free and fearless tigers reflects her inner desire to live a free and fearless life. The tigers are graceful, elegant, and bright. Aunt Jenifer's fingers trembling as she embroiders. She is old but still fears her husband. She does not enjoy the freedom to do anything as per her wish. She is scared doing the embroidery too and fears his wrath. Since the day she got married, she has been fulfilling the demands of her husband. The wedding ring on her hand is constantly a reminder that she belongs to her husband. The burden of the demanding marriage has exhausted her. The torment will not end until her death. Even after her death, the ring will remain on her hand and she will never be free. On the other hand, the tigers that she is embroidering will continue to move around freely forever. Her desire of freedom and fearlessness will live on through her tigers. Here we are starting a poem, and we have got to know a brief summary of this poem. Now actually this poem describes about the tormentation of a man with women. Here the poet describes a complete description of a married life, and in this poem she is describing all such details through a character that is Aunt Jenifer. Right, and as we know that she is a feminist, and before starting this poem there is a question which is generally asked by the writer. What does the title of the poem suggest to you? Are you reminded of other poems on tigers? So this is the question. If you have ever read any poem on tigers, so you must recall and remind those as well. So we are starting here with the first stanza of it. Aunt Jenifer's Tigers Prance across a screen, bright topaz, denizens of a world of green. They do not fear the men beneath the tree, they pace in sleek chivalric certainty. Yeah, absolutely right. Here, the poet is describing that she is talking about a lady, that is Aunt Jenifer. And what Aunt Jenifer is doing, actually, she is embroidering a piece of cloth. It could be a tablecloth or a wall hanging. And the pattern shows tigers who are moving and jumping around over the fabric. The prance word has been used for this specific, as prance is a proud moment. With proud, they are moving, they are jumping. Her embroidered tigers on a cloth. So, and bright topaz denizens. Here, the poet is describing the appearance of these tigers, bright topaz. Tigers are like topaz stone, which is known as in Hindi pukhraj. So, actually, these tigers are the inhabitants of the forest. Means topaz denizens of a world of green. They do not fear the men beneath the tree. Now, actually, the thing is behind. They are the proud and fearless citizens of the forest. And here, the poet is making a contrast between Aunt Jenifer and her tigers. The tigers are fearless, but this lady who is embroidering them is not so. Even she is having a fear that if her husband can scold her of doing this kind of a work, embroidery, it is her hobby, but she cannot continue her hobby in the presence of her husband. This is really the unfortunate condition, students. And we have also evidenced and we have also seen in our surroundings as well. Somehow certain males are very much dominated and they tease, they torment, torture actually his wife. So basically here, by embroidering these tigers on a piece of cloth, Aunt Jenifer is showing her inner desire that she wants to be a fearless like these tigers, but she is attached in a married responsibility, in a married life where she has to follow her husband. Yeah, and the embroidered tigers look elegant, shining, and full of the gentleman's grace. So here, by embroidering these tigers, what Aunt Jenifer is showing that they do not fear the men beneath the tree. Those men who are standing under tree with whom tigers are not faring. And the pace in sleek chivalric certainty. Yeah, they are fearless. Tigers are fearless. But she herself is afraid of her husband. The poet says here, tigers are proud and fearless citizens of the forest. They are very shiny and elegant. But here, through these lines, the poet wants to communicate to all of us, we must respect the feeling of a lady and feeling of all the women all over the world. Yes, absolutely. This is right. Where they could be able to live their life freely according to their own will. Second stanza is there. Aunt Jenifer's fingers fluttering through her wool find even the ivory needle hard to pull. The massive weight of Uncle's wedding band sits heavily upon Aunt Jenifer's hand. Yes, you're right. In the second stanza, Aunt Jenifer's fingers fluttering through her wool. It is quite clear. While embroidering, Aunt Jenifer's fingers are trembling with the fear of her husband. Very pathetic condition is there. She cannot free herself in this condition, so we can better judge and analyze her feeling at this time. Actually, while embroidering, she is pursuing her hobby in her free time, but probably she is still afraid of her husband who could scold her. Her fingers are so tired of working endlessly all her life. That's why she is feeling very hard to pull that needle out of the cloth. Yeah, this is perfectly right, students. And the words Uncle's wedding band, as the band was bought by her husband, it is his till today. The lady is dependent on her husband. That's why the poet has written the massive weight of Uncle's wedding band. Since the time of her marriage till today, she is wearing that wedding band. So she is feeling burdensome. She is feeling stressed that she doesn't live her life by her own. She can't live. She can't live. So, in this way, the poet is describing that she is still burdened by the weight of the ring which is still in her hand, and she is feeling trapped by the responsibility that has fallen upon her by getting married to him. She has been burdened by the obligations of married life, has become the man's property. It is like this, that lady is the property of a man. So, by this poem, the poet actually wants to aware all of the world regarding the respect and the condition of a woman. She has been living a demanding life, due to which she has worn out in her old age. So what actually poet is describing here, that the fear of Aunt Jenifer towards her husband. She says that while she is doing embroidery, her fingers are fluttering, quivering, shaking with the fear of her husband. Her husband doesn't approve of her hobby of embroidery. Therefore, she trembles while she is embroidering the piece of cloth. It has become difficult for her to pull her needle up and down. Then she describes the wedding ring which was given by uncle to Aunt Jenifer on their wedding day. She says that it is a kind of burden for her to wear this ring. She has been tortured by her husband so much that the wedding ring, which could have been a beautiful gift for her, seems like a burden to her. She has faced so many difficulties in her married life that the little ring is described as a heavy band on her trembling fingers. This means that the ring is associated with some bad experiences in the form of torture she has faced because of her husband's dominating behavior. Absolutely right. आजकल भी तो यही होता है स्टूडेंट्स, पहले भी यही होता था. अब धीरे धीरे हालात सुधरने लगे हैं. अब समाज को समझ में आने लगा है कि बिना औरत को, बिना वुमेन को रिस्पेक्ट दिए हमारा समाज तरक्की नहीं कर सकता। सो यहाँ जो पोएट है वो बहुत अच्छे से डिस्क्राइब कर रही है इस सारे मैरिड लाइफ को विद द हेल्प ऑफ आंट जेनिफर्स टाइगर्स। बड़े अच्छे तरीके से कर रही है कि किस तरीके से जो अंकल हैं आंट जेनिफर को बहुत ज़्यादा टॉर्चर करते थे, वो उसे अपने अपने मन का काम करने नहीं देते थे। वो जो आंट जेनिफर टाइगर है उसकी हॉबी है ये एम्ब्रॉयडरी करना, लेकिन वो हमेशा रोकते थे, उन्हें टॉर्चर करते थे, उन्हें तकलीफ़ देते थे। दैट्स वाई देयर इज़ वर्ड विच इज़ यूज्ड ओवर हेयर कि सिट्स हैविली अपॉन आंट जेनिफर्स हैंड द वेडिंग बैंड। एक्चुअली जो वो वेडिंग रिंग है वो अभी भी वो बर्डन महसूस कर रही है। कहते हैं कि मेल और फीमेल दोनों एक सिक्के के दो पहलू होते हैं, लेकिन जब मेल अपनी मर्ज़ी के अनुसार उसे अपनी प्रॉपर्टी समझता है और अपनी मन मर्जी के अनुसार चलाना चाहता है, उसकी आइडेंटिटी को ख़तरे में डालता है, तो तब शायद इस तरह की पोएम्स भी बनती हैं और लोगों में अवेयरनेस प्रोग्राम्स भी आते हैं। सो लेट अस मूव ऑन विद द अनदर स्टेंजा। व्हेन आंट इज डेड, या वी आर राइट, व्हेन आंट इज डेड हर टेरिफाइड हैंड्स विल लाई, या still ringed with ordeals she was mastered by, clearly indicating ordeals, difficult experiences which she has faced throughout her life. When aunt is dead, her terrified hands will lie, still ringed with ordeals she was mastered by. The tigers in the panel that she made will go on prancing, proud and unafraid. Yeah, actually, in this stanza, the poet is describing the wish of Aunt Jenifer, that she wished to live a free, fearless life, as it is indicated by her choice of design tigers, because she is embroidering tigers. It shows her innermost desire of being strong, fearless, which has been overpowered by her husband. Probably her ordeal will end upon her death. The difficult experience which she had and she has experienced, so definitely it will end upon her death. Her frightened, shaking fingers will be put to rest. Her terrified hands will lie. That it means clearly that shaking fingers will be put to rest, but still, even after death, the ring shall remain on her hand. That is, her husband's rule over her is not yet over. She is not at all free after her death. After her death, her desire of freedom and fearlessness shall remain alive in these tigers which she has embroidered. Very beautifully depiction by the poet itself. और बहुत अच्छे तरीके से डिपिक्ट किया है कि शायद ये जो डिफ़िकल्ट एक्सपीरियंसेस हैं, ऑर्डील्स हैं, ये उसकी मौत के बाद ख़त्म हो जाएंगे। लेकिन बड़े दुर्भाग्य की बात है कि उसका जो आज़ाद होने का सपना था, अपनी मर्ज़ी से जीने का जो सपना था, वो जो ड्रीम था, वो अभी भी वो पूरा नहीं हुआ, क्योंकि अभी भी मृत्यु के बाद भी उसके हाथों में वो रिंग है जो उसने शादी के वक्त उसके हस्बैंड ने उसे पहनाई थी। और इसीलिए एक पैथेटिक कंडीशन, यहाँ आयरनी एक शो होती है लाइफ की, हियर that the irony of her life, that still she will be tied up with the shackles in the form of her husband's wedding ring. The ring was the sole proof of the tortures which she had faced from her husband. On the other hand, there are the tigers designed by Aunt Jenifer, which will always depict her desire of living a fearless life by jumping proudly and bravely on the piece of cloth. here is the end of this poem, and I'm gonna to tell you some poetic devices which is used in this poem. Yeah, listen to this as well carefully. Certain literary devices have been used. One is anaphora. Anaphora, what anaphora is, student? Use of same word in two consecutive lines. As it is used over here, they do not and they pace in. Two words in the consecutive line, it is used. So be careful. Another one is metaphor. Use of topaz to describe the yellow color of tigers. So metaphor is used, and another is alliteration. Alliteration is also used. F sound is repeated in finger fluttering. And another one alliteration is also used. P is repeated in prancing proud. So be careful about it, and certain words and its meaning is also here, so you must go through it carefully. Here the word prance is used, walk or move around with high springy steps. Topaz, a bright yellow colored stone. Denizens, here an animal that lives or is found in a particular place. Sleek, elegant, chivalric, being courteous, especially to women, an act of gentleman. Ordeals, extremely severe tests or experiences. Prancing, to move around proudly. Fluttering, to move in a quick, irregular motions as if being agitated. So this is the poem Aunts Jenifer's Tigers. So this is the end of this poem, students. Till the next video, have a nice day and best of luck for your study. Thank you very much. Hello students.
Tell me pretty lies, look me in the face. Tell me that you love me, even if it's fake.